Okay, guys, so Team Fearlessly Fit, excited you guys are here. It's September 17th, and we will try to make this as comprehensive as possible, but the reason why I called this the end of the year push is because there's only like 100 days left in this year, and I think that's crazy, but there are just some big things that everyone could take advantage of, and I know we just do better sometimes when we have this one-on-one time to talk about our goals. And I'll give a few of the announcements. I know tomorrow there is a sneak peek for the Clean Week program. If you want to give it a try, I think it's at least going to be the workout. You might be able to see the meal plan, but I think that should be a really exciting addition to our groups. I think what we're going to work to do, if you guys want to do it together, is start to host like just one 7-day group and make it free, or make there an option to purchase Shakeology in it. And then we don't have multiple groups going at the same time, or, back to back. And I think this could be really cool for people if we have people in there trying Shakeology and people in there doing it for free, and we could compare results, and they can access that 7-day clean week without entering credit card information in. I do think they have to enter it in if they want full access to the meal plan, but if they just want to access the workouts, they can do it without having to enter their credit card in. And the actual release date of that is going to be October 3rd. So what we could do is try to plan a 7-day clean week group for that day, or we could wait till the 4th just to make sure there are no glitches, and go ahead and plan something. And then we can just make the Shakeology optional. If you guys order packets through your spouse's account, this will be a really good way to get rid of those, essentially. You basically would just, have 3 people that are kind of all into your group, and that's 21 packets. And, it's kind of up to you as to what you want to charge for them. A lot of times, can y'all hear me? Okay, Wendy says she can't
I
hear
can
me.
hear you. No, that was before. I can hear you
Oh,
now.
okay, I just saw that. And I'm like, please don't tell me I'm just talking. Okay, so a lot of times I charge like $5 per packet, but then I know that shipping has increased in cost for like that flat rate to mail it. So for a 7-day, I might charge like 42, to be honest. But it's up to you. If you have people locally and you can meet them, maybe you just do 35. I don't know what that flyer said, but we can create our own and make that our October group if you guys are on board with that. The next challenge group that I put in our team page will start Monday, and it will be a week of prep. I don't really love this whole week of prep, to be honest, because I think people start to fall flat by week 4. But it's nice to have some sort of date out there to tell people. And the 25th just seemed like, okay, we'll start on a Monday, and then people can get excited. And what I've found is if we start on a Monday, some people already just go ahead and go all in. Other people actually use it as a full prep week, and it gives us some time to keep inviting. So feel free to invite to that, or do your own. The theme that I wanted to do for this one, just because I have been working on this myself, is like this Miracle Morning theme. If you haven't read the book, basically it's a book all about how to organize your morning. You get your workouts in, you do your affirmations, you do some gratitude. And I thought it'd be really cool just to kind of use prep week as a way to go through the Miracle Morning theme, and maybe even do some sort of like early morning workout crew if people wanted to log on to Zoom, or maybe we just do like an early morning check-in or something like that. So I haven't obviously figured it all out yet, but I feel like that'll be kind of cool. If you want to invite to it, go for it. I had said before, and we talked about this, if you want to invite people with either a nutrition plan with Shakeology or a workout, that's totally fine. My mentality for this group was really that if I had people sign up for a full challenge pack, I would send them a copy of the Miracle Morning book. And so how you guys do it, again, is up to you, but that was kind of my thing that I was going to do. And I know that sometimes I just put stuff out there and other people are like, what's happening this month? But I just think, we have a lot of awesome coaches in this team. If there are things that you struggle with or things that you want to have themed in a group, go for it and run it. And I'll help you come up with a script for it, or, some sort of good format for it. I'm always open to it, but we don't always have to do all the same things together unless you guys are just needing to work on your mornings like me too. But feel free to invite to that one if you want to. And then I think the last piece I wanted to cover really was, like, we're here obviously talking about these end of year goals. I know a lot of you that have been around for a little bit know that there is this new diamond bonus pool that is out. And basically the rules for this are, and it was for Q3, which we're just going to disregard for this conversation, or Q4. So Q4 starts in October, right? And if you hit Success Club each month of Q4 and you are locked in at Diamond for 6 weeks, you can qualify for this bonus pool. And it's $250. And I think based on my calculation on the calendar, I think November 23rd is the last Thursday that you can lock in Diamond to be eligible for this bonus pool. And I wanted to put that out there to say, like, while the end of year seems so far away, I know that some people that I chatted with had this as their goal to get locked into Diamond to try to get that $250 bonus. And if that's you, then go ahead and write down November 23rd as like your Diamond date. Put it on your calendar, make it happen. It can totally happen. I think sometimes it does require us to like put it in bold letters, write it on our vision board, but we're going to be talking about the way to get there kind of on this call. That's not everyone's goal, and that's totally fine. But I kind of wanted to share with you guys this mentorship that I'm in and treat you guys like you are mentors in this group with me. So I am in this end of year push group for Elite, and for people that aren't maybe as like seasoned with Beachbody, becoming an Elite coach means that you have to have 5 Diamond coaches and you have to have a certain amount of points that are basically calculated based on your team's Success Club, your team's volume. There's like an all-team volume and then personally sponsored coaches volume. And I am nowhere near close to this, you guys, but this is a goal I set for myself to say, if this could happen, that would be really great. And if you get there, Beachbody has these additional monthly incentives and there's an additional bonus pool. And it's not all about money at all, but for me, it was more about, if our team could grow to this extent, how awesome could that be? How much more income could that be for our team? And so I'm sharing that with you guys to say I am in this group and I set that as my goal to make that happen. And I did it in the mind that, you know, that would help a few leaders on our team get to a point maybe where they have a really steady income with this, or they have a really steady team that they could be leaders of. And it just shows growth, right? So in this group, we just had our first call last week. We were asked to share, 1, what our why was for doing this, 2, what our income goal or rank goal was, and then 3, what our limiting beliefs were. And I thought we could go through that same format here tonight, and don't get freaked out. Like, this is totally, like, we are all friends here. We all have each other's back. But I thought this could be really cool for us to use each other as like push partners within this team, and then help me show you basically the daily activities I was given, and to make them basically more personal to you based on your goals and help you accomplish them. And it's really stuff we already do. It's like, you know, drinking your shake, taking your workout, doing your personal development. But sometimes people like to see exact activities to get there. And I know I'm one of those people. And I thought, this might be one thing that we've been missing as a team. So what I would like to do is maybe kind of go around and have everyone say what your why is, if you're comfortable with it. 2, what your goal is, like if it's cover your cost of Shakeology, if it's cover your family's grocery bill, if it's cover your car payment. I mean, these were all goals that I set as I went. And then if it's a certain rank goal, you know, tell us that as well. And then maybe tell us what your limiting belief is. And I thought what I could do is just write it down for my sake. And then maybe some of us could pair up and become push partners. But then also I'm going to share with you, once we're done, this spreadsheet that breaks down daily tasks. And it's for your own accountability. I'm not going to be double checking with you and like nagging you about it. But I thought it would be really nice if you guys wanted to create a version of the spreadsheet that I'm using for yourselves to help keep yourselves on track. And I thought what we could do is start with, well, Stacy just walked away. I was going to start with her. Do you want to go first, Stacy? I'm going to unmute you.
I guess I can. I just had to turn on. I realized I didn't have the monitor on. Okay, don't laugh. Limiting belief. That would be like what is holding you back, right?
Yeah, like mine was, I don't have enough time and I'm not worthy of success, basically. And these are really simple, but they're really good to put out there to say, like, 1, we can make personal development recommendations, and then 2, give you some affirmations to say to like help with it.
Okay. My why would be, I need to work on making it more detailed. But for me, I've always I used to really bad struggle with not being I'm supporting my family, but financially I'm not. So I always struggled with not bringing money to the table. And so being able to do this and being able to bring money to the table to help make me feel better, but then also to help with my self-esteem, feeling better about myself in return, making me a better wife and mom, especially when I know my boys need me so much when my husband's gone a lot, and having to take care of myself so I can be there for them and be physically active and with them and healthy and not sick, and the support with just being a stay-at-home mom again, having adult interaction with others and being able to help other moms have that transformation and good feeling again and support. So I mean, that's mine briefly, my why. Income rank goal. Income goal, I would like to go double what I'm doing right now, hit in the 5,000 plus in 1-star, 2-star diamond in the next 6 months, 6 months. And then limiting beliefs would be I don't have time, which has been crazy lately. I'm trying. And then I don't know if I would really consider this limiting beliefs, but I just struggle at still not trying to be salesy or pushy out there, and making those relationships to be coming across through text. Yes, Courtney, through text, as I'm trying to form a relationship with you. I honestly really care. And I'm not being out here selling something to you.
Okay.
So
I think, just to the first part of what you said in terms of time, and that was exactly what I said to this guy, and his name's Josh Coates, just FYI. I think I've posted his free events in the page before, and he is kind of a mentor to a few of the top 10 coaches. And he said to me when I said that, he's like, I mentored one of the top 10 coaches to her number 10 spot in she had 4 hours a day to do this. That was it. And we're all like, what? I don't have 4 hours a day. Totally get it. He's like, I can show you how to do just a piece of that in 1 to 2 hours a day. So I think, we all can come into this and say, realistically, I'd like to do this, but I only have the ability to do this. And if we're being efficient with our time, and, I'm going to give you this spreadsheet that shows you exactly what to do, then it can totally minimize the amount of time. I don't scroll Facebook anymore unless I'm just in the car and Colin's driving. I don't scroll Instagram. It's very I make my thank you messages, copy and paste to the next person, which means sometimes I use the wrong name. Totally happened today, like we talked about. But my message is genuine, and I try to come back and say, whoops, sorry girl, didn't mean to do that. That was meant for somebody else. And I think we can all recover. But if we can make a point to just become really efficient in what we're doing, then it doesn't have to consume our lives. I think that's the problem sometimes, if you can't really set business hours for yourself. So I think in the spreadsheet where it shows adding new friends, starting new conversations, don't overthink it. Literally, I'll break that stuff down for you and you could get there. And I know you're going through a huge family transition right now, so the time thing is totally understandable. And then in terms of struggling with not trying to be pushy and making relationships better, I think that kind of listening more to Summer and that video I posted on our team page this weekend of just here's your all-in option or here's this option. Either way will get you to your goals. It just, might not be as quick this way, but we've got this. Or maybe you just get started here because this is your comfort zone. Or even asking what's your budget for this? I don't want to do something that you're uncomfortable with. And just being really genuine when you get to that point will help so much with this all or nothing mentality that we've all been kind of like pushed to adopt because of this Success Club thing. So hopefully we'll all kind of get there, but I think these things are like all of our fears, especially with the way our social media feeds look these days. Okay. So I will come to you next, Heather, because I see you next on my little thing. So do you want to tell us like kind of what your why is now? I know, and I'll say this, like some of you are newer and your why can literally be to get healthier, to be a better mom. That's totally fine. This doesn't have to be something crazy.
Right. So my why, it started out like that, just to, lose weight and be healthier. And I don't know, over the last month and a half that I've been a coach, it's like really evolved. I guess a lot of the personal development has really got me thinking, and I'm like, wow, I don't know. A lot of y'all don't know this. Sarah, you do. I think Wendy, you do. But last year in June, I lost my job, and that was like devastating. It was horrible. Like it makes me want to cry thinking about it. But things have just been really crazy in my life, and trying to find a purpose of like what my purpose is now has like really been a struggle. And I don't know, my profession, I'm a pharmacist, a trained pharmacist or whatever. And like we help people. Like that's what I love to do. I love to help people. So it's kind of turned into that, like being, helping people, and also like Stacy, like finding what how am I going to contribute to my family now that I'm a stay-at-home mom, and just kind of that transition in roles. So I don't know, it's a long list of whys, I guess. I haven't really written it down. Maybe I need to do that. And then what else are we talking about? Our goals. So my goals are to, it started off to like pay for my Shakeology, and now I just want to see where I can take it. I mean, I don't really have maybe I need to set something like in stone, to say like, I want to reach this mark. So I need to work on that. And then limiting beliefs are like another long list. I think it's a lot of like, I'm afraid to like put it out there. Like I was telling my husband tonight, I was like, I have got to get over myself. Like, I don't know why, but I'm afraid to like put it out there and say, yes, like I'm a health and fitness coach. Like I haven't yet because I'm afraid of like other people judging me and what they'll think. And, oh, so like you were a pharmacist and now you're a health and fitness online coach. Like, oh, okay. I don't know. I have to get over that. So that's probably my biggest limiting belief, I would say.
Have you read Get Over Your Damn Self?
I'm like through one chapter.
I think Ellen's good because she's a like retired attorney / like PR or something, but I think her perspectives on it are really good. And then I think because you're a working professional, you, by learning more about like some of the business side of things and being able to speak to those will help with confidence there. Like tax incentives. I was talking to somebody about that this week, and I'm like, I'm not giving you tax advice, but it makes a lot of sense for people to be able to write off a lot of these deductions. And then it doesn't, like, you don't have to be like ashamed of having this. Like, this makes sense for a lot of people financially, I don't know why your bandwidth is showing is low. Okay, so
No,
Courtney, what's that? All right, Heather, I think your connection's a little weird with me, but I'll go to you next, Courtney, if you want.
Okay. Speaking of that book, I thought it was kind of funny. I work at a natural medicine doctor clinic, and the natural medicine doctors that I work for, they went to school with Ramey's husband or whoever that author is. So they were like, oh my God, we know about that book. We know them. So I thought it was kind of cool, adding some validity to one of the books that we love. So I think my biggest limiting belief is just probably like Stacey, not wanting to come off salesy, but I feel like I've gotten better at it lately, and not doubting myself so much and being a little more bold and just honest. I'm not trying to sell you something, so why am I so afraid? But it was something that kind of, I guess, hit me in the face was I have, a good handful of girls that follow me pretty closely, and then I talk with daily on Facebook, and I feel like they're interested in, about the coaching aspect and challenger, kind of one of those permanent challenger kind of people is, one of the girls was like ready to join into a challenge group, and she was like, so what is it exactly that you do? I was like, oh my God, like you follow me every day. We probably talk every day. I'm so worried about coming across salesy and that people think I'm fake and pushing this. And she didn't even know what I did. And I was like, girl, there's your sign. Like it's like you're not even putting out there what you're doing. So don't worry about being salesy because this chick doesn't even know exactly what you do. So, but yeah, I guess that's something that I deal with daily. But that call with Samantha Aaron Salt was just awesome for me. I think that every time I start to feel fake or salesy or, like my vision or my purpose is kind of shifting, her words just constantly come up in my head. So I think getting that initial message-ish in my brain of just saying, hey girl, are you working on any fitness goals? Are you stuck? Or anything that you're going through? I'm doing this thing. I'm here to help you if you need me. And I haven't gotten anything negative back about that kind of approach. It's either like, no, I'm going to the gym, I'm doing good, or it leads to further conversation. And if it doesn't lead anywhere, then we start talking about their kids, we start talking about their job, whatever, and it just kind of slowly is evolving. So I have not gotten any negative shut off, feedback lately. So I guess that's just kind of constant reassurance that I'm not coming off salesy, because I really haven't gotten any hardly any silence, oddly, and then hardly any of what I'm afraid of them being like, ooh, no, So I think we just need to stop. I think every time we start to feel salesy, every time we start to feel fake, whatever, I just think we need to think of each other. Like we all know what we're in it for. We all know that we're not salesy. We all know the heart of this company. I listen to Summer Tucker on the way to work every day, and I see her success and I see her heart, or, one of Sarah's videos. So I think we just need to stop. But I'm guilty of it too. But I think just having those thoughts and those words or whatever ready to squash, our limiting beliefs is what's going to help. And then I guess my income rank goals, just to initially just pay for my Shakeology. I want to get steady in that so that it's not any kind of income or budget hardship, I guess. And then I guess kind of like Sarah was saying, start with the grocery bill and then hopefully the car payment, and then just that extra spending money or, Christmas present money. I think it's my within the year goal. Of course, I want to build as we go, but I think that's the gist of me.
Okay, cool. Did you say your why?
Why is because I think I've quit coaching once or twice, and it is truly my passion. And when I've quit before, I have people message me, and it may be months later, and they're like, hey girl, are you still doing this? Or I'm constantly getting asked for advice or asked for my opinion or support, even if it's not health and fitness related. And I think that's just God constantly saying, Courtney, I'm putting you out there for a reason. You're my vessel. I'm putting you where you need to be. And so shut up and and be there. And I guess, just because what Beachbody has done for me and this community of women, having that place to go and keeping me accountable and helping me get healthy, and just knowing how it makes you a better wife and mom, and, being able to provide for your family, hopefully, initially. I mean, future wise with something from home, I think is powerful.
I think we can all say you make all the groups much brighter. So you are supposed to be here. Courtney and I have had this talk multiple times, and she's like, she just doesn't like to ask for people to do things, like doesn't like to ask them to pay. And I told her it's because you don't really see your worth yet, and you have to keep working on that part. And honestly, if you think about like how much encouragement, how many times you would check in with this person, and then how valuable these programs are that you can pair with it, it can become a lot more simple. Just say like, I will be an awesome coach for you, and I will check in with you more than anybody else. This is worth it, you know? And I think it takes us time to get there, but you should be confident, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
I think you make all the groups brighter.
Thank you.
Okay, Lindy, do you want to go next?
Sure. That's fun. Am I unmuted?
Yes, you are.
Okay, sorry. My screen, it shows everybody else's pictures, but has somehow deleted myself from it, so I don't know what's going on my end.
Oh, we
Sorry.
can see you.
Yeah, that's why y'all got that screen earlier, because I was hitting buttons trying to figure out what I did to get myself back on. But I guess my why is I started solely just to get fit and get healthy. And when I put the personal development in it, it just kind of like one day this light bulb went off, and I just had this whole like epiphany, and I started changing my attitude with things, and it started rubbing off on other people, and then other people started noticing it, like at work and my bosses and stuff, and they were like, whoa, like what happened to you? And because they only see me like ever so often, so when they come in my store and I'm like this wholly different person, because I was the one that would be like, I'm jaded, I've been here the longest, y'all can't trick me into believing you and stuff like that. And so when I would come in and everything would be different, and I have these little positivity signs on my desk and for my girls, and so it started rubbing off on other people. I was like, man, like this is dumb, like I need to like share this with people, because there has to be a ton of other people out there like me. So that's what got me to start coaching. And then on top of that, like at the same time, it can help my family financially. So it's like a no-brainer to an extent. So that's my why, because there has to be more people out there like me that could just use a little direction. And then my goal is to cover my shakes, monetarily, is to cover my shakes and to help pretty much take over, just for now, just to start out like the daycare day, slowly but surely, and then go from there. But I guess if I had to have a rank goal, I guess like diamond by the end of January. I'm not enrolled yet, but I'll be there by the end of this month. That's my goal. So I'm trying to make goals for myself slowly but surely. And then my limiting beliefs are, I think that people see me on Facebook and they think that I just all of a sudden decided to start doing this, and that I'm trying to like just sell stuff all of a sudden. Because like I wasn't very active on Facebook, because kind of like how Summer says in her videos all the time, like people on Facebook are super negative all the time, or else they live a perfect life. So I just was one of those people. I got on there and scrolled it, but I never like shared my own stuff or like got like super like into it. And I would delete people as soon as I read something I didn't like. I wouldn't follow them anymore because it would get on my nerves. So now I have not done that, and I like people. I have to, like, this sounds so bad, make myself like people's comments and pictures, because that's normally just not my thing. But so that's why I say like I'm not that person. Like these people see me and they're like, oh, that's not her. Like she's lost her mind. She is not that positive. She does not do this. So I think in my head like that's how they think of me, and I feel like that's how when I send out like my invites or stuff like that, that's what they're thinking. And then my other one is that I work in sales and I talk to people every day, but I don't feel like I'm a true people person. So like when I have to make these conversations, I feel like they're awkward. And they're probably not. That's probably just me, but
I can relate to, I never posted on Facebook before doing any of this. And it was kind of before this huge wave of all this multi-level marketing stuff came out. So I didn't feel as awkward, but I would literally like drink a glass of wine, make a post, and then run away from my computer because I felt like so awkward about it. But I will say this, if you can use Facebook Live and share like genuinely, just try it. And I'm going to give you this like task. Everybody who says that they're afraid of being salesy, try to use Facebook Live before the end of the month and just tell your story. And it doesn't have to be like your deepest, darkest places, but just go on and say like, okay, I feel like, you know, I've become this Beachbody coach. And you don't have to say this, but you can just say, I've had this transformation and people don't really know that like current me, and this is what happened and this is why. And just share your heart and don't make a pitch at the end for anything, and just like basically challenge yourself to do it, and it becomes easier. But I think, you know, for anybody who's afraid of being salesy, that's the best thing that you can do is go on video and just put your story out there. And you might not get as much traction with it, but like you can use that as courage to talk to other people and share that same thing over and over again because you put it into words. So practice it a little bit, but do it and try to do it for the end of the month if that's how you feel. And I'm just going to give you that challenge, Lindy, because I think that
well, I did the Facebook Live one time, and it was like you just said, like you drank a glass of wine and you did it and ran away. Like I did that, and I set my phone down and wouldn't come back to it. And my husband wanted to watch it when he got off work at the house. And I was like, you can't watch it with me in the room with you. I don't want to hear it. I don't want anything to do with that.
I think as you're doing more personal development, you're gaining more confidence, because I can tell in the groups. And like that's what people on the outside are seeing too. Don't be so quick to judge yourself and say like, I'm just trying to make a buck here, because you have a heart behind it, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to challenge you with that. Okay. And then tell us when you do it in the group so we can all go watch and comment, make it more visible.
Okay.
All right. I am going to go next to Wendy. Do you want to go?
Sure. Did you unmute me?
I did, yeah.
Okay. I can't see myself, so hopefully I look nice.
We can't see you either, actually. You look damn
Well,
good tonight.
That would be perfect. Here. Now. Oh.
Yep.
I don't Okay. All right. So my why, I'm new to all of this. So my why originally was just about extra accountability for myself, and to get the discount. And I had a lot of people asking me how I was losing weight, and I would tell them about it. And I felt like I was helping them or kind of selling them in a way without being a coach. And so I thought, what the heck? I might as well try it, you know, and along with that, I get the extra accountability, because it really does drive me every day. When I don't want to work out, I'm like, yeah, but I'm presenting myself as this representative for this company now. So I have to work out. I have to, you know, keep going. So it's great. It's a huge benefit for me. My goal originally was just to help other people. I'll be honest, I don't know what an emerald and diamond and all that stuff is. I know it sounds great. What really helps me is when, Sarah, you give me short-term goals, something that I can understand and reach in the short term. I'm good about that. Maybe my attention span is not too long, so short-term goals are really good for me. And my limiting belief is what everybody else has said. I don't want to make myself vulnerable enough, I think, to sell. Now, I did watch one of the videos on the coach sneak peek. I really liked the one, I liked them all, but the one where the guy said, I really dislike selling. And when he started talking about it, he said, you know, people say, oh, I'm not a good salesperson. And he said, well, that's great, because we're not here to sell you anything. We're here to help you. And so I thought that was for me, that gave me just some extra ammunition in my holster to be able to say that to people, I'm not here to sell you anything. And, I guess I just don't want people to feel that my help for them is entirely hinges on them spending money with me. So I guess that for me is just the salesy part is really hard for me.
Okay, I think that is everyone's concern. And I think that's why, like, kind of one of the major foundations of the business I have built for myself was always a free group every single month. And I, for a short period this year, had a mentorship with this lady who was an ex-coach, and she told me to stop giving away things for free. And so for like 2 months, I stopped doing the free group. Stacy knows this. And I just said, I'm spending too much time with these people. And that is honestly, they were like the 2 worst months I've had, not like income wise, but like for me, because I felt like I was kind of losing touch with, why I started this. And it wasn't, I never started this for an income. I started the same as you, Wendy, for a discount and to keep losing weight and to work on myself because I had always quit everything. And I think if we can always bring value to someone, whether it be that we're making any income off of it or not, because we always have a place to put them in a group, then that's how we know we are really changing lives and helping people rather than just, that's why this Success Club thing is so hard. I think Success Club is a great indicator of growth in your business, but the flip side to that also is volume. And that's by helping someone with something like, outside of a free group, maybe it's just that they want to do 3 months of on-demand with you. Maybe it's that they want to do a DVD program with you for the people that still do that. Maybe it's that they want to energize, like everybody has a need that we can help with. And I think some of it is just really like, we have to let them do a lot of the talking in our conversations and then invite them to a group. And if a bigger group isn't the best fit, then that free group to get started. And if you, want for those free groups, I will say for a lot of people, a good way to track those people is just have them sign up for a free Beachbody account with you. And then they're showing up as your customer. And then you can kind of always keep tabs on them and invite them to the next month's free group. And if they're not ready for a longer group, then they can just be one of your constants in your free groups. And that's totally fine. So I think all these limiting beliefs are very typical. And I think sometimes, we have to gain enough confidence in ourselves through these groups to get to the point where we can say to people, like, this is what's best for you, and this is why I know I can help you with this, but I can also help you with this too, if you're not ready for all that. Alrighty. Okay, I think, Nicole.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, so you guys just...
Hello?
Can you hear me, Nicole?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm just going to tell people a little bit about you. So you have been in our groups now for months and have been kind of a discount coach. And Nicole and I chatted last week, and I kind of told her about all the possibilities with groups that she can run that are really personal to her. And she told me last Sunday night that she had some specific goals. And so I invited her to watch just like a new coach training call and to join us on this. So Nicole, I know I didn't prepare you to tell us all this stuff, but if you just kind of want to share a little bit, I think that would be cool to kind of help jump in and, introduce yourself to everyone.
Absolutely. Hi, everyone. I'm Nicole. I've kind of been listening to everybody else talking, and so I already had my goal, but I went ahead and worked on my why and my limiting beliefs while everybody else was chatting. My why is really to be consistent. I think I started the first 21-day group back in February of this year. And I probably have done 4 or 5 groups. I've seen results. I've loved doing the groups. I've lost weight. I've lost inches. But I really want to work on being consistent with working out, with my Shakeology. I do pretty decent on nutrition, but just being consistent across the board. And I love that I'm not the only person I heard on this call that said that. And so I feel like really diving into the coaching piece, I can continue to cheer other people on, encourage other people, but also hold myself accountable to being consistent for others. So that is my why. My goal is to cover the cost of my Shakeology. I feel like that's a really good starting point. And my limiting belief, which I've kind of heard echoed throughout this call in different different ways is that people won't want to follow me. And I love that there's actually a book that talks about that. Sarah, you said it was called Get Over Yourself?
Get over your damn self.
Okay. I'll have to check that out.
No, I'll send it to you. Don't worry about it.
Thank you. So that's my why, my goal, my limiting belief. But I'm excited to be here. I'm excited about the personal development aspect of Beachbody and to not be the only one out there wanting to do this to help others and to grow and develop personally as well.
Have you read You Are a Badass, Nicole?
I'm halfway through it.
Okay, yeah. Finish that one, and then we'll send you this one for you to do next. But I think you guys, I can tell you a little story about You Are a Badass. So one of our challengers in our current group who's like an absolute rock star, and I'm going to introduce her in our team page tonight. I don't think she quite figured out the Zoom thing. She said she read You Are a Badass literally, or listened to it within the past 2 weeks, and has gained so much confidence that she started applying for new jobs because she realized that she wasn't really being valued at her job. She had been there for 7 years, and she got like a couple follow-ups interviews already with one job that she basically had the confidence to apply for. And she went to text her mom that she was getting a like call next week about income and salary from this job interview, and she accidentally texted her boss. And she said that she basically was back in the office, and her boss called her in and was like, tell me what's happening here. And her boss said to her, you know, like, I think you're really valuable here. What if I made you a manager at a different location? That would be like a position, you know, upgrade for you with some additional income. And she said she would consider it, but she's like, that book changed my life. Like, I got so much more confidence just from listening to that. So that kind of stuff is like what really fuels me in these groups, like as a coach, because this is somebody who like is starting to learn that she's worth more than she thought she was, you know, just based on one book that we recommended in a group. And that's pretty powerful. And now she's going to give coaching a shot and maybe help some other people too. So I thought that was a pretty cool story to share. Nicole, I think if you finish that one, you'll get a little more confidence in yourself too, because people do want to follow you. Nicole did like one video with meal prep, like maybe a month ago, and got all these comments about it. And I'm like, are you sure you don't want to really give this thing a go? You're already doing the behavior. And it was like, she edited it all nice, and it was great. So I'm excited that you're here. Okay.
Now I'm motivated to go finish that book.
Yeah, well, definitely do. And if you need to do audio, good night, love you. If you need to do audio, sometimes that's a little bit better on your commute too. Okay, Talisha. I'm excited that you're here too. She's been a coach for a while now, and I think in the beginning just was here to get the discount, but she has added a coach recently. And can you hear me, Talisha?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, a little bit. You're breaking up some.
My internet sucks.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know she got kicked off once. Well, I should have maybe gotten you like to go first just in case, but share with us what you want to share, girl.
And I don't know if my video is working either. I don't know how to turn that on.
Your what?
My video?
Oh, no, but it's okay. I mean, I think that the way to turn it on is in the bottom left, there's like this video camera, and if you click on it, it can turn your video on.
Yeah, there's no video.
Okay, well, that's okay. You can just share.
Nope, I get it.
Ah, there you are.
Hi. Okay.
You're kind of frozen now.
What? My phone is messing up. I don't know what's happening.
Hey, Erica.
Hey, I don't know. I have a crappy signal. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Thanks for joining us. We are kind of going around in a little bit of a circle here. So Talisha's chatting, and then I'm going to unmute you and chat with you for a sec, okay?
Okay.
All right, Talisha.
Yes, ma'am.
Hopefully this is
Okay. So my why is basically just to get my Shakeology paid for, and of course to lose weight. I've not done that great. I added a coach because I just kept talking about the Shakeology, and she's a friend, and she's like, well, maybe I should start drinking it too. And I'm like, yeah, of course. And I was telling her about the Beachbody and how great it is, and so she got that too. Then I guess my goal, I don't really have a goal. I don't know. I kind of just go by the seat of my pants. And my limiting belief would be I hate Facebook.
Okay.
I don't use Facebook. I browse Facebook every now and again, but I don't know how to do all of the groups and the invites, the parties and stuff like that. I really suck at it. And I'm always busy. I just stay busy. Life is busy. It's just crazy. And I just feel like I don't have time. Even though I really do. I know I have time for it. I don't know. I can't make myself make time.
Okay, I think also at this point too for you probably don't really have like a game plan. And so some of it will be like you and I need to chat a little bit more and say like, okay, what do you feel comfortable with your schedule? Because you guys know, like you can either be here for a discount, you can be here to work like an hour a week if you want, you can be here to work 20 hours a week if you want. I have always considered myself after I got over that discount hump as like an all-in coach, but I'm not all day. I try not to do anything on Saturdays. I don't do anything all day Sunday. I try to get my stuff in during the week, and I set kind of hours for myself. And I think that helps for everyone because sometimes this can be consuming if you don't have a good plan. So I think that will be a good place to start for you and I. And then Facebook, I don't know. I hated it too. I felt like it became a bit of my accountability though. And so if you feel like you really haven't been able to stick with things, like maybe you create an Instagram account just for fitness. Maybe that's a little bit more of a comfort zone for you. That's always an option for people. And you make a point to log like your workouts or your meals or whatnot. I mean, there's always a different kind of way you can do it. And I think depending on what your goals are, kind of determine if you even have to make that part of your business, if you will. So you and I can chat about that further, I think, and maybe set up a phone call. But thanks,
that was great.
Thanks for sharing. I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad we can work to get something together for you. I think one of my things in this business, and I'll just share this while we're talking about it, but I started this kind of like with no real goal, and over time I've learned that what really kind of gets me excited is to help other people grow an income and to grow like something that's valuable for their families that they don't have to ask for time off for or ask for a raise for. And I am really kind of passionate about business mentorship, and so I am always here. I cannot always answer phone calls, but I can set up times with you and I can help you come up with a plan for your business. And I think that's something that at this point I like to do more, and I am happy to take the time to do it too. So don't ever hesitate to ask me, even if you're not my personally sponsored coach, and I will set up a call with you and help you kind of get something, planned. And I know Stacy likes to do the same thing, and she's totally not open, but you can chatter about time with her crazy schedule these days too. All right, cool. So Erica, I just kind of talked about you, about how big of a rock star challenger you are and how you just joined the team, and I'm trying to unmute you. Okay. And I know you're a little late because of the Zoom thing. So I kind of asked everyone to talk about their why, which probably doesn't mean anything to you right now, but basically that's kind of like why you're here, why you're showing up, why you're doing this. And then what your goal would be with the business, or even in the groups, and then what your limiting belief is. And if you're comfortable sharing that like now for what you know of it, I say go for it.
Okay. Can you hear me okay? Because my signal is horrible right now.
I can hear you.
Okay. My why is family motivated. I just want to have some better health goals to be around for my daughter for the longevity, especially with all the health issues that I've had going on with my family. It's just made me focus on, why I want to be a better version of myself for my kids and my family in general. My goal is I'm going to start small. I'd like to cover my Shakeology to begin with, but then I'd like to move on to things like we talked about the other day. I'd like to cover my car payment. I'd like to start covering, mortgage payments. I'd like to grow my business and grow my physical self. So I know that I can have these things taken care of, paid off early, things like that. And then I'd just like to also motivate other people, because I feel like the last couple of weeks have been life-changing for me. I took a phone call from Sarah randomly on on an afternoon where I was so stressed out and had so many things going on, and Sarah was like, it's time to focus on you. And I decided to make the leap to do that. And the last couple of weeks have been really changing for me. I've noticed a big difference in my energy level and how I'm approaching different things. And I feel like I just want to, give that to other people, because I feel like it's needed. I feel like so many people get stuck in a rut and they don't know what they can do with themselves, and everybody says, I don't have time, and it's so much, and I don't have time for this, and I don't have time for that. And I work 40 plus hours a week. I drive an hour to work every single day. And, did I feel like I have time before I started this? No. Did I make time? Yeah. And has it benefited? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. It's been a big life changer for me. So I just want to share that with other people.
That's awesome. Do you have a limiting belief right now? Was it the time?
What do you mean by limiting belief?
Well, like a lot of people say in this, for me it was, I don't have time and I'm not really worthy of like success, or, not worthy of being in this position of helping other people because I don't have my stuff all together. A lot of other people have said, I'm afraid of coming across salesy, or I am afraid of putting myself out there on social media.
Yeah, I mean, I am super afraid of putting the post that I've made is really because we've been challenged by it in our group, and I want to participate in the group because I feel like that's where you get the most benefit is by participating. And I don't know without that encouragement from being in an active group that I would post that way. It is very intimidating to put yourself out there and be like, hey, look at me and look what's going on, look at these pictures of myself or whatever. And you're just kind of putting yourself under a microscope. It's very intimidating. It's very awkward at times, but, at the same time, you wouldn't be able to grow or move yourself forward without some awkwardness. So, I guess that's my hang up.
I like that comment. That's very true. So I think honestly you have been like the rock star challenger, and that like pushing you outside of your comfort zone, and you doing the things that we ask in the group is kind of like the first steps of coaching, to be honest. I mean, what you're doing is exactly what a coach does, and we all go through it. So the fact that you are willing to be coachable with it is pretty huge. And I honestly think as you keep doing personal development and like finding books that you really like that, you'll gain more confidence with it as well, which is cool. So, okay, you guys.
Yeah, I mean, listening to us.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say what we talked about the other day, like listening to some of the stuff that you've recommended to me has made a big difference in my life, just within the last couple of weeks. So
before you got on the call, I was like, we've got this rock star challenger. She just signed up as a coach. She listened to You Are a Badass, and she is like gained all this confidence and is out there like looking for a new job, and in the process has maybe upgraded herself at her current job.
Everybody keep your fingers crossed for the next week for me.
Yeah, we got your back, girl. Well, okay, you guys, I know that was a big, scary first step, probably just sharing on this call with everyone. So I just want to say thanks for doing that. I think it's really huge. And I think what you can find is we all are like pretty level playing field, a lot of us. And you can kind of pair up with people to push. And I think that's one really awesome aspect of this is if you want to have like kind of an accountability partner within the team. But what I wanted to do, and I understand from me making half the team do these personality tests and the fact that everyone is like a pearl, which means that you all are very heart driven versus like detail driven, that what I'm about to show you is probably going to be a little intimidating, but I'm trying to get this spreadsheet that I adopted from the mentorship group I'm in. And I wanted to share the screen with you just so you could see it really quickly. But this is not, like I said, this is not something where I'm going to be like checking up with you to say, did you do it? But I think based on everyone's goals, some form of this daily activity will help you get there. Because ultimately, if you're doing these things, and some of it is what you're doing already in terms of your workouts and, you know, Shakeology and personal development, but there's a few other things on here. And it's like daily affirmations, which they really are just like this group for me is an elite group. So it's, I am worthy of elite. I am capable of elite. I'm creating elite. So if your goal is, you know, covering the cost of your Shakeology, I am worthy of earning enough income to cover the cost of my Shakeology. I am capable of doing it, and I am doing it. And literally, I just say it to myself like 3 times, and that's my affirmations. But that's one of the aspects. Another aspect is it just kind of gives you a little guideline for what to post on social media. And you guys, I don't have a lot of time to post on social media, especially because I'm working during the day. And this gives you 2 daily posts, essentially. I'm trying to get there. Hold on one second.
What is my phone doing?
Here it is. Okay. All right. Let me share my screen really quickly. Okay. You guys, you see all my goals right here? I'm like a huge visual person. I feel like I have to put it out there. All right. And I'm going to save this to the team page. I just wanted to go through it real quickly with you guys. Basically, we went through in this group and said like exactly what we wanted to do in terms of growth of our team and exactly what we wanted to do in terms of Success Club. I will tell you right off the bat, like if you have a goal of getting your Shakeology covered, yes, hitting Success Club 5 or Success Club 10 each month will do that for you. And I know we have some people on here who don't even know what Success Club points are. And that just means that somebody buys a challenge pack from you. But obviously that's not all there is. So the cost of your Shakeology is about $100 a month, and you earn a 25% commission. So in order to earn $100 a month, you know, that would be the equivalent of about $400 in product or programs or nutrition, you know, something, whether it's like Energize or Shakeology or something like that. So if you keep that in mind, that helps you get to your goal. And then the nice thing about challenge packs, and the reason why Success Club has always been kind of focused on, is that there is residual income with it, right? So a lot of people stay on with you, and that is money. Like if you have 3 customers that stay on Shakeology, there's the cost of your Shakeology covered. So in this group, we are focusing on Success Club and recruiting goals. I think for the purposes of this call, for almost everyone based on your goals, you can have a weekly, instead of Success Club, but a weekly like volume number. And ideally what it would be if you're kind of covering the entire month to get started would be $100 a week. That could be 2 DVD programs. That could be 3 energized hubs. That could be 2 3-day refreshes. You know, there are ways you can break it down, but we have so much stuff out there, you guys, like from skincare to nutrition products to DVD programs to the on-demand, that there is something kind of for everyone. And I think it's really helpful to see this. So what I would say is I'm going to post this spreadsheet in our page, and I would say for maybe this first month and a half that we're getting started, maybe it's, instead of Success Club here for the number of points, maybe it's $100. And that could be one challenge pack for you. So it doesn't have to be this big scary thing, but I think this is a cool way to break it down. And no one really gave rank goals aside from Lindy and Stacy. I will say, you know, what I was told in the beginning is try to get yourself to Emerald at least every month. So you're adding 2 coaches a month. And then as you grow, you know, you want to start to grow a little bit faster just because not every coach stays with you. So, you know, if you are at least getting to the point where you're offering the coaching opportunity, I think that's really good because there is growth if you grow your team. But right off the bat, your goals are really income driven right now with regards to Shakeology. So let's make it about the volume rather than the Success Club numbers and the recruiting numbers. That being said, this spreadsheet can be used by everyone. You can set your own goals here. My goal was Success Club 10 each week, which is pretty high for me, and recruiting 3 coaches a week, which is pretty high also for me. But I realized that I put myself in this group with these people that all are pushing for big goals, so I had to do the same thing. And it's like, at least if I don't hit that big goal of elite, where else will I land? Better off than I was when I started, right? So I think if we all kind of take that approach, you know, we will just continue to see growth, and we will continue to see more people being helped with our business, which is ultimately the biggest deal. And really the reason why I want to do this call now is because I know going into Christmas, people have income goals with covering the cost of their kids' Christmas. And I think that is something really cool. So if in month 1, you're saying I want to get Shakeology covered, and then in month 2, I want to earn an extra $100 or an extra $200 or an extra $300, you can literally just translate it right into here. So basically this is, if you see the tab down here, September 19th through September 25th, September 26th through October 2nd. And I'll create another sheet like this for October, November, December. If you like it, like if no one's using it, then we won't. But I just thought this would be kind of a nice way to hold yourself accountable. And you see here.
Sarah.
Yeah?
It's not showing up. Sorry.
Oh, am I on the wrong screen? Is it here?
We just have, there you go. There
okay,
you go.
Sorry guys. I have 2 screens on this computer. So you see here, like Tuesday workout, Shakeology, a coaching breadcrumb post. So this could be like, you know, something about community. And I'll challenge you guys all before we get off the phone. Take a picture of this team call and make a post this week about how you have this awesome community of women that you get to learn from. Like that would be a good coaching breadcrumb post, you know? For me, it might be that I'm like at a coffee shop working, and I did this last week, and it was like, the best office is the office I get to choose. You know, it could be something about how you love having this opportunity to share with other people, or you have this thing that holds you accountable. Those are great coaching breadcrumb posts. The engagement boost post, this is for people who really don't like to post about themselves on like Facebook, for example. If you post one of these like, hey, what's your favorite brand of sports bra? And you get 50 posts or 50 comments about it, that helps boost your engagement on Facebook, just for people that are a little bit newer to social media. I put in here 10 new conversations a day, which literally could be you just sending people happy birthday messages. And then maybe it's like, thanks for liking my post, because that ultimately gets new conversations started in Facebook Messenger. And as Facebook sees you talking to new people, it will show your post to those people too. That's why we like to send happy birthday messages, to be honest, instead of just posting on their wall. and then 5 invites a day. And this could be an invite to a free group. I think that's a great place to start for a new coach. Maybe it's a Shakeology group. Maybe it's a coaching sneak peek. Maybe it's our longer challenge group. And you guys, like, a lot of people overthink this, but I think as a new coach, you could simply say, I've been in this group for accountability and we have workouts and meal plans that are provided to us. Would you want to learn more to see if you want to join me in the next group? And that could be it, you know, and what's the worst they could say? No, which is fine. Those people might end up joining you down the road. And I have people literally like last month that I've been talking to for a year and a half that finally decided to join. Track combos and invites, like literally in the beginning, I always use pen and paper. You can use like a Google spreadsheet Excel spreadsheet. But it's just a way to kind of keep track of who you're talking to, because you will want to do follow-ups with those people later. Expanding your network is just adding a few new friends on Facebook or Instagram each day. PD is personal development, and affirmations is like, I am worthy, I am capable, I am creating. And I'm posting stuff about this later, but I just wanted to show you guys. And I know we're like at the hour mark, so I'm going to stop here in just a sec. But this is for every day. And Wednesday, it's health and fitness post, go live. Lindy, I challenge you right there on Wednesday to go live. Here's your combos, invites. It's the same thing every single day. But I can tell you this, you guys, if you are already doing your workouts and you're already drinking your Shakeology, the time it takes to craft 2 posts a day, send 10 like messages, 5 invites, and add like 3 to 5 friends, you could do this in about 30 minutes a day. And it could literally be your AM break. You go to the bathroom and you add 3 new Facebook friends. That's what I used to do. And then your lunch break, maybe you send a few voice messages like, hey, I have this group coming up and I thought you might be somebody who would really like it. Would you like more info on it? And then after work, I would send the happy birthday messages or vice versa. And then my PD and my affirmations and my workout came in the morning. And this is just a way to kind of keep you consistent. But I also think, like, if if we're talking about these goals that everyone has, having something like that helps you know what to do each day to get there is really huge. I'm going to just pause the share. Stop share. Okay. So I just wanted to show that to you guys. I'm going to post that in the team page. I am going to post a little explanation of what each thing means, and then I'm going to post a little affirmations page where you can write down exactly what you just said to me. And hopefully, this gives you kind of a game plan for yourself. And what I think would be really cool is if, you used it for tracking purposes and then you updated like where you stood in terms of income or where you stood in terms of Success Club. That part's up to you. Like, I know everyone has their own comfort level. But I do think having the accountability is great. And if you see that you're kind of tracking in line with somebody else in the team, like maybe you two start to encourage each other. That's what we've done in this group that I'm in. And it's been kind of nice that, hey, did you send your invites today? I sent mine. And on those nights where I just want to go to bed, I'm like, I'll send my 10 invites, whatever. And I just do it. And I know everyone's schedule is a little bit different. Everyone's capabilities are a little bit different. But I will say that let's get you your first $100 that you earn, and then your second $100 that you earn. Like, that is something that is totally doable. And I think if you kind of go through these daily activities, it will get you there. And you'll also see, for the people that are here for consistency and here to start feeling better about themselves and here to, just have that accountability, it will happen because you have something to kind of tell you exactly what to do each day. And always make sure you're plugged into a challenge group too. That's like the last piece of this, because I feel like you're going to be doing those activities if you are plugged into a challenge group. And I think that's really like where our value is, as a coach, and it's where you get value being a coach, like for the added accountability. So thanks everyone for coming. I'm sorry that ran a little longer than expected, but I'm glad everybody got to share, because I just feel like sometimes, it's helpful to know more about each other. And we have an awesome team, you guys. I'm like really excited about the energy we've had lately. I'm excited about the direction our groups have been going. I feel like we've had people with such great success, and it gives me all the warm fuzzies with this. And I feel like at times this business can get really mundane, but right now it just seems like you're getting a lot of like heart and a lot of results, and that's the stuff that really makes this magical, I think. Does anybody have any questions before we log off?
No, ma'am.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll post this in
Thanks
the
for
team
sharing the
page.
spreadsheet.
Yeah, I'm going to put that in the team page. I'm going to put the little explanatory thing in the team page. And then you can just add your name to it and use it. I'll put my stuff in there, and I will use it too. I think that like the accountability of the business side of things sometimes is what's missing, but I never want to be like overwhelming to someone else. But I want to give you the tools if you want to grow, you know?
Thank you very much for your insight.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming. Oh, wait, take your picture so you can make your post later in the week. Everybody take a picture of the faces.
Screenshot it? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, if you can. I'm going to just take a picture with my phone. It just says Erica's name. Like,
Take a picture of you taking a picture.
there you go. I see all these posts about, like, look at these gorgeous ladies I got to spend my Sunday night with. All right, guys. Thanks for coming.
I love y'all.
Bye.
Bye.